Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ben with Mechanized Cleaning Solutions, and today we're going to talk about aggregate concrete. So let's get into this. Oh yeah, the premise of today's video is, why is aggregate so hard to clean relative to other types of concrete? Aggregate, asphalt, some of these surfaces, I'm sure maybe some of you, you old grizzled vets, you guys will know what I'm talking about. But for the younger guys, or the guys just getting started, they go and, bid a strip mall commercial pressure washing job, and maybe the guys like the property manager's like, hey, I want you to come do all the sidewalks and the entrances now, so I want you to wash down the parking lot. It's got a bunch of moss and stuff in the corners, and so you go out there. And you're like, yeah, I could do this thing in a couple days, and then you wind up getting bogged down for like 3 days just on the parking lot. Let's talk about why that is. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so aggregate is like this sort of rough textured composite material where you got like little 3/8 or, no, I guess it'd be like 5/16 or 3/16 gravel sort of suspended in a masonry concrete matrix. And then you have like regular concrete, like this sort of smooth surface. Now the reason why aggregate feels like it takes 3 times as much work to clean is because you literally do have 3 times as much work to do. Let's have a look at this real close. Look at the amount of sand and sediment just sort of ground in, packed into all this elevation and relief in the surface relative to like a smooth concrete flooring surface, like these parking stalls here under this carport. Now, if we take this camera and we're looking right down along the edge here, we can see this is not a flat surface next to that. So the reason why it takes 3 times as long to clean this surface is because you literally have, next to these 2 different kinds here, these 2 different kinds of surfaces, if you have 1 square foot of aggregate and you have 1 square foot of regular brushed concrete, it will take 3 times as long to clean this aggregate as it will this surface here to the same standard of cleanliness. The reason is if we look down here and we see all this elevation and relief in the surface, if you were to take this surface, 1 square foot of this, and you could somehow magically stretch it out so that this is perfectly flat, or at least as flat as this surface here, you would have 3 times as much concrete to clean. So the nozzles of your surface cleaner, the tip of your wand, literally has to go over 3 times as much surface area, because all that surface area is bunched up, and then you're basically adding in an extra dimension of space. So when you're bidding aggregate jobs, you need to take that into account. When you go and you measure the sidewalks and you're like, oh, it's 700 square feet. No, actually it's 2,100 square feet. And if you don't bid it like that, you're gonna wind up putting in more time, or on big enough jobs, you'll actually get behind and lose money. You're literally dealing with an extra dimension of space on the surface that you're cleaning, contributing to that much more surface area that you have to clean. The surface cleaners literally cannot pass over 3 times as much concrete and magically clean it as fast as it would another area of that is 1/3 the size. So you need to basically give yourself that time allotment. 3 times, that's significant. That's a significant amount of work that the nozzle and the machine and you all have to do to get that surface to the same standard of cleanliness. That's the same reason why asphalt is so difficult to clean also. It's just not perfectly smooth and flat. Although you notice that sometimes, like after a lot has been seal coated and it is really smooth, you can literally just like rinse it right down. The moss doesn't have a chance to stick to it as well. The roots have a harder time getting in there. Like this stuff is super old. It's holding a lot of dirt. Can you imagine the mud mess that's gonna come off of this asphalt when I get into this? cleaning all this up. You're gonna have 3 times the work. You're gonna go through 3 times the amount of water. You're gonna wind up picking up 3 times the amount of mud. See, we got the storm drains all plugged up here. The vacuum trailer is ready to go. And we got one more catch basin down here that's blocked up. Now, this is actually my apartment complex. I live here. So I'm working at home this week. Actually, not every day this week. My guys are gonna be in here filling in for me because I have bids to do and we're getting ready for a big new construction project that we're starting next week. So I gotta go check in with the site foreman on that one. Get that one all set up. But when my guys finish up another job over in Seattle, 1 or 2 of them are gonna come over here and take over for me this week while I get back to running my business. But we're gonna have a chance here to do a little bit of a demo and show you what I'm talking about when we're surface cleaning. When we're surface cleaning these 2 different types of surfaces. You'll see how fast this comes clean and how fast that comes clean. To illustrate the point that I'm talking about here with these aggregate surfaces. All right, let's go have a look. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I mean here. So we're gonna use 2 different surfaces here. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so if we have a look at this pad right here, it's got some green on it. This is aggregate. We're gonna take this pad right here and say, well, you know, this little area here is definitely not the same size as this parking stall on smooth concrete. But I bet I could fit about 3 of those pads if I could somehow take it, lift it up, and then rotate it 90 degrees. I could probably set 3 of them down in here. So let's clean this right here with a regular, traditional free surface cleaner. And then we'll also clean that pad, and we'll see how much time it takes. And we got our storm drains blocked up there. So I'm gonna do this one-handed here because I don't have a filming partner today. So I've already got the water heated up. Go ahead and trace our boundary. It's real easy. I can literally just one pass this. Do it really fast. There we go. Okay, one pass. It's not all streaky. Looks fine. Took X amount of time. Okay.
clip didn't work out because this smooth mobile thing, the battery died. So we gotta do this again. But basically what I want to show you is aggregate. Okay, this pad right here on these steps versus one of these parking stalls right here. So I've already surface cleaned these ones. We just on a little demo stall. This pad, if we were to take this thing, lift it up and turn it sideways, we can fit 3 of these pads in one of these stalls. Now I'm going to show you is that because of all this elevation and relief from the surface, cleaning an aggregate area about this size is equivalent of cleaning that much regular brush concrete. Can I get a clip of that, Jenny? See, one of these parking stalls is about 3 times as big as this aggregate pad. So let's watch this in action now. Okay, cut that. Let's do one pass over this stuff, and you can see that as I was zipping along over this, one pass was sufficient. On this, one pass will not be sufficient. We'll have to do like 3. Now you can see I've done one pass over this and it's still muddy and streaky as hell. It's going to take 2 more passes or the same amount of time as cleaning 3 times as much area of brushed concrete. That is still not really good because there's a little bit left in there, but I'll get up with a wand. But this right here, this is why guys get killed on concrete aggregate jobs. You basically got to bid it for 3 to 4 times the square footage of what it is if you do it by the foot. If you do it by time, you got to triple or quadruple your time. Additionally, come on out here and have a look at this. When you're picking up wash water, come see how much mud comes off of this stuff. Have a look all the way down here. All this shit on the ground.